Hello, everyone. Today's presentation about the SRA Curve is brought to you by Iron Habits. All right, so I'm working on these presentations. If you are in my Facebook group, you already saw this. The Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Iron Habits is my group. They see everything first. So if you want to be the first to get all this information, then you need to go there. But the SRA Curve is really, it's not an advanced topic. It is a general strength training theory topic that can really help you understand why you do what you do in the gym. Okay, it is something that is good for all lifters to understand, so that they can make progress, understand why they do or don't. Okay, because at the heart of the SRA curve is the answers to this question: why do some people make progress while other people don't? Why do some people just spin their wheels in the gym over and over again? So today's topics of how to answer that question, we'll start with the most important things when it comes to strength training: general strength training theory, just in case you're a newbie here, beginners SRAs, and intermediates SRAs. Those are the SRA curves and what we mean by that, and then online coaching and how it can help you. Now, I do put this asterisk and this claim down here. A lot of this is not my original material. It's borrowed from various places around the internet, various places that I have done reading or researching and learned from others. So I've learned from many great strength coaches, and this is just to help anyone who knows me or anybody who finds my channel before they find that of the others that are out there. So this will hopefully block out some of the noise. Okay, the most important things when it comes to strength training, okay, as I say here on the left, you cannot achieve your goals without these things. These three things are the most important three things. If there were a tiered system, this would be the base, the middle, and the top of the pyramid. Actually, probably more like the three levels of base before we get into other things. Okay, first is to be consistent. Just don't miss training sessions. If you go day in, day out, month in, month out, week in, week out, whatever, year in, year out, you will make progress in some form. But there are better ways to make progress than others, and that comes down to number two here, your technique. If you can perform the exercises correctly, you are going to have a lot better chance of making long-term consistent progress. And then third is exercise selection, and not just necessarily the exercises themselves, but the intensity at which you do them as well. And by intensity, I mean the weight on the bar. Okay, choosing what to do and how hard to go. Those are the most important things for you to understand, and that is the heart of SRA. Okay, so this is a quote I love from a guy named Scott Hambrick. He, for a long time, was on the Barbell Logic podcast. Now he's just off doing his other things with something he calls the intellectual linear progression. But he's a great strength coach, so shout out to him. I really love his work and that of Matt Reynolds on Barbell Logic. But this is the basic idea. When you haven't made progress in the next session, because as a beginner, you should be making progress each session, but when you haven't, either there isn't enough work or you haven't gotten over the old work. Okay, those are the two options. You didn't do enough work, or you just weren't able to get over the old work. You're stressed out too much. When we talk about stress, okay, the body responds to stress. If you want to make progress in some way, you have to induce a stress onto your body. Okay, and the stress specifically that we are talking about is heavy weight resisting against your body, resistance training. Okay, the body adapts to this specific stress by overcoming it to get stronger. Okay, so in order for us to not waste any of our time, we choose exercises based on these three criteria I have listed here. They use the most muscle mass across the greatest effective range of motion, and they allow you to use the most weight. And for that reason, we use barbells. The reason we train with barbells is because they allow us to load the body more than any other tool, more than a dumbbell, more than doing 300 reps of body weight squats. Those things are not bad, but barbells are best because they allow you to most rapidly place greater resistance on the body. So when it comes to a beginner's SRA curve, their training often looks like this. You give them a 3-day split, and on day one they train. Okay, their ability to perform is good. It's as high as it'll be. But immediately following the workout, it dips down here because they're fatigued. Now they're tired. They're sore. They're a little beat up. They had a hard session that first day. But because they're a newbie and the weights are generally pretty light, okay, generally a beginner's not going to be able to lift a ton of weight. It's just not that stressful to the body. So they're able to recover in a day. Not only are they able to recover, but they're able to adapt. So by the second day, which is really the third day of the week, this is usually a Monday, this is usually a Wednesday, they're adapted and they can actually lift more weight than they did on Monday. And that process still repeats onto the rest day, Thursday and Friday. You can see the progress from day to day. Okay, getting stronger each and every session as a beginner. But as you go, okay, or excuse me, I guess we'll stay here for a second. Let's just focus on the squat here. So like Monday, let's say you squat 3x5 at 100. You have your rest day on Tuesday. Wednesday, you're usually able to come back and squat like 105. Repeat that process Friday, 110. You see it's going up linearly. It's called linear progression. All right, in a straight line, you go up from 100 to 105 to 110. Very, very simple, but a beginner is able to do this because, as I said, these are not super duper heavy weights. These are in pounds, but beginners, you just can't stress, you don't have enough muscle mass to stress your body to the point where you can't recover within a day or two. You just don't. Now, this is kind of a key concept that I want to discuss going forward. This is a comparison and an analogy. I treat the body, okay, think of the body as kind of like a cell phone battery. And at first you have a very small battery. Okay, you have a very small battery, but over time it's like your battery grows, its capacity grows. Now the stress you put on your body is draining. Okay, it's going to drain your battery. The lifting of weights drains your battery. Other things also drain your battery. Okay, work stress, family stress, whatever other life stress you have going on also drains your battery. Just like your cell phone, it doesn't know if its battery is drained from streaming video, doesn't know if your battery is drained from texting, it doesn't know if your battery is drained from talking, it just knows its battery is drained and it needs to be charged. Now, if you have a nice small battery, it is able to recharge quickly. If your phone only has, a 3-hour battery life to begin with, it's not going to take very long to recharge a battery that only needs 3 hours. It's going to die quicker, but it also doesn't take as long to charge. And that's kind of the key thought with SRA. As you begin to expand your battery, if you will, get stronger and improve that resistance that you have, that adaptation that you have, it's going to also take you longer to recover, to fully recover. And to be honest, when you train, after a while, you won't be fully recovered anymore. And your training's going to look more like this. Where on day one, say it's still Monday, you're starting to become an intermediate. You train, things are good, and you're tired from the workout. But this level of drainage is actually at scale much larger than what you saw in the first graph. And so your recovery by your second day, your Wednesday, Tuesday rest day, your Wednesday day, you're just not fully recovered. And you're never truly like fully recovered unless you're peaking for a meet or you take time off. But you don't want to do that all the time either, because then it detrains you. You lose the skills of lifting. But you're just not able to really hit numbers that's a 5 pounds heavier than what you did on Monday. So what you do on those days is you have a lighter session or a medium type session that fatigues you a little bit less. So you're not as far down. You notice here after this workout, you're not as far down the hole as you were here. Let's go back to the battery analogy. If this was, you were able to get 60% of your battery back. Your workout, you're at 100, you were drained down to 20, but this is at 80. Well, then you only want to drain this now down to 40 because you're able to recover 60% in a night. So that extra 60% gets you back to that 100 or 105 percentage point here, where you're now at a higher ability. You've adapted and grown and gotten stronger. So it's this kind of up, down, up but not quite as high, down but not quite as low. So you can go up again even higher. It's a different altered wave, a different altered curve. Okay, so intermediates training is going to look more like this. You're going to have a high stress day maybe on your Monday, then a low stress day in the middle. Again, let's just pay attention to the squat, the bench press and stuff here, and the overhead presses. Those throw you off if you're thinking about programming just because you're going to do them on different days. But so let's say now you're at 3x5 by 250. Okay, and then you can't come back and do 255 on your Wednesday. So we're going to do a 3x5 at 185 day. Okay, that's like 75-ish percent, 75, 80% maybe of what you're doing. Okay, it's a lower stress day. It's not as hard. 3x5 at 185, not nearly as hard as 3x5 at 250. But then that allows you on Friday then to go up 3x5 by 255 because you've had since Monday to recover. You've had 2-3 extra days to recover, and you did dip a little bit, but you're still maintaining a lot of volume. You're still adding practice reps in, getting more volume, but you're not digging quite as deep down the hole. Right? That is the bulk of the strength training theory. Now, why can a coach help you? How should a coach help you with this if you're somebody who's new to lifting? Well, first of all, remember, the most important things are consistency and your technique. A coach helps you with both. They hold you accountable to being consistent. They hold you accountable for your technique. Okay. Also, going online is extremely good for a lot of people because A, it's cheaper. Okay. It's cheaper than hiring somebody in person because they don't have to meet you at a specific time. You can go and work around schedules and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So it's cheap and it's convenient. It's cheaper. I should back up a little bit. That might have been confusing. It's cheaper because you film your workout and you cut it down and trim it and you send it to me. You send me your 9 lifts or 12 lifts or whatever for that day. And those sets only take 30, 40 seconds. And I can watch your whole workout then in 10 minutes, less than, and give you feedback. So my time cost is less. And so because my time costs less, I can charge you less. It's cheaper for you. But it's also, like I said, convenient. This is I kind of got ahead of myself here, but this is where it really gets down to. I don't have to meet you at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. You don't have to leave work early to meet me at 4 p.m. You don't got to worry about traffic. When you go to the gym at the most convenient time for you, that's good for me too. As long as you send it to me that day, I can get it back to you, get you feedback within a day, within 24 hours, within 48 hours. So you know what to do at your next training session. Okay, you don't have to have an appointment. You just go when you normally go. It's super convenient for you. Okay, at Iron Habits, all right, the website will be launching next month if you're seeing this in September 2020. If not, it's launching October 2020. That's my goal, at least. These videos are going to start popping up on YouTube, and I'm going to try to connect them to the website. But it is an online strength training service for beginner and intermediate lifters. Online strength training coaching for you to help you achieve your goals that's more convenient and more affordable. I am Jordan Van Dyke. I'm a teacher. I'm a coach. I coach college basketball, actually, and I'm a personal trainer. I am NASM certified. But if you have any questions for me, my email is jordan@Iron Habits, Instagram @Iron Habits, and as I said earlier, the Facebook group is facebook.com/group/Iron Habits. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions or comments about this, let me know. I'll be happy to help give you everything that I know. Have a great day. Health is not an accident. It is the product of our habits. Okay, fine tune yours at Iron Habits. See you later.